here we are. Can't believe it. I never knew we were coming here, and Mel had told me, look, 45 minutes ago, we were coming to somewhere to do some filming. We'll do some exterior shots of this place and we'll edit it onto this, but OMG, this is incredible. And I'd like to thank Jay Dobson, the manager here, who has allowed us to come to McRaven House to have a look round. I know nothing about it. Hopefully you know everything about it.
A good bit.
So between us, hopefully we'll see what Tommy picks up. Obviously Tommy, my spirit guide, picks up as we walk around the house, and we'll bring you with us. Exciting, can't wait. Wow. Amazing. There is definitely around me energies of children. So there were children in this house, and there was something to do with children playing, because I can see them moving around and playing in the house. I can feel lots of children. It seems like maybe a family of children playing games, being very, very happy, especially over in this corner. There seems to be a lot of things happening spiritually in this corner, near where this piano is now. But I can see them like playing with stuff, maybe even doing stuff with needles and cotton. I feel needles and cotton, and they're just happy. They're really happy children. They can just, in my mind's eye, just out of that window there, just out of this window, just across there, I've just seen a gentleman spiritually. Tommy, my spirit guide, is saying something to me about can you hear him? He wants to know if you can hear him. Sir, I come with the greatest respect. I mean you no harm, but I can hear you. I can hear you if you want to communicate with my spirit guide or myself. I feel like he says, this is my home. This was my home.
So have you got a name for him?
I haven't got a name at the moment, but I feel, for some reason I feel like he's in the garden. It doesn't seem to come into the home, but he's seen in the garden.
So he's seen more in the garden?
He's seen more in the garden, yeah. Tommy's saying to me also he's not the only spirit in the garden, so there is something regarding the garden, because I can sense from Tommy that this gentleman who owned the house is not alone.
Does that make sense to you?
It does.
It does make
sense. It does make sense.
I don't know what that is, Tommy. Explain that to me again. That's like some sort of like uniform, but it looks dirty. So like a dirty uniform.
Can you elaborate? Can you see any colour?
If I had to say anything, and this is just me on what I know from Tommy, I'm picking up on something like grey with blue, but that might just be in my mind's eye. It's not black, because I know the difference in my spiritual images of black and white. I would say it was more grey, or it had grey with blue in it, but I can see, and I've just heard like, so there's some there, it's either like, it could be military or it could be a gun.
So does that, can you take that, yeah?
That definitely makes so much sense.
It does?
Yes, it does.
Yes. Thank you, Tommy, excellent. I'm going to keep this gentleman for a minute and see if he comes and follows us around because I can sense him, but he won't come into the house. He wasn't the last owner, so he is somebody who is a previous owner that is in the garden. I had a feeling that something may have happened. Something may have happened to him.
Right, so why are you doing this?
Because I feel like something has happened to me. I don't know if I've been stabbed or if something has happened to me across here, but I can feel the pain in my chest, and I can feel like losing breath. So I think possibly he was stabbed in the garden.
So this is the guy that's out there now.
Yeah, now see that picture there. Why is that doing that to me? Why is that shining? This picture, I think, could be the man I'm thinking about. Can't see his face visually at the moment, but something connects me to this man when I'm talking about him outside. Can't completely confirm that in my spiritual sense, but there is something. Again, an owner. There's something.
Can you get any dates at all?
I am thinking, and my numbers are rubbish.
I know they are.
So will anybody watching, but I would. I mean, my numbers are terrible. 17, 18 something. My numbers are telling me, but I am no good with dates. I am not even going to pretend I know.
Okay.
But that picture is shining when I'm talking about this man. Very interestingly also, we have, just to clear something up, because I would like whilst JC to be able to tell you, but even if I had have been able to know we were coming, and if I had been able to read anything, which I haven't, I have just said to Jay off of camera that it seems to me that there are a lot of things in the history of the house which are maybe written, but they're not in the right order or not the right thing, for this very reason, which is fantastic, because I think you're right, that is correct.
Definitely correct. It's very complicated and it's not all out there right in the right order.
So even if we had the opportunity to be able to look it up, it wouldn't be right anyway. So, great, let's move forward. As we're coming up the stairs there, I'm sensing maybe there's two different parts to the house. So the house has obviously been added to or adapted as we come up the stairs.
Yeah.
And it seems to me like it's not, there's original parts and there's a part that's not original. And this to me seems the more of the original type of, we're going into the direction of where we wanted to be. Also coming up the stairs here, as you're standing there, there is a lady. The strange thing is this lady recognises you, and she says, you're looking after the place. She's pleased that you're looking after the house, that you're a mentor, a guardian of the house. I need to tell you that because she's saying her name, Tommy. That's weird because I've just asked for the name of a lady and I've got several different names that he's banging around in my head. Definitely a lady's property, because I feel that there were like a lot of women owners or a lot of people that were women that owned it, because he's saying to me, I can't give you one name at the moment because there are a lot of ladies connected with the house.
Very true.
That's true.
Very true.
That's unusual, isn't it? Is that unusual for here?
Yes. It is very unusual, but the way it happened is not quite unusual, if that makes sense.
Okay. Feeling a loss of maybe children. I'm feeling a loss of people as they've grown up. I'm feeling a loss of a deep connection to the house. I feel like somebody was here for a long time. I can spiritually hear banging on the walls. Really big thudding on the walls. Something smacking into the walls.
Why would there be someone smacking the walls?
It's not, it's heavy. Like knocking the walls down or this, from this side there is something hitting the wall. possibly cannibals, believe it or not.
Does that make sense to you?
Very much so. Very much. I can tell you about those cannonballs right there, actually, those particular ones.
Have these been found here?
In this room.
In this room?
In this room.
Wow. So they have come into the building. That's the loud noises I can hear. It's like a thudding on the walls, like a big thudding noise. So when were these found?
Just after the Civil War.
Just after the Civil War. That's incredible. Me. This lady is saying me. I feel that this lady is seen by people. She seems to be, to me, in white, quite elegant lady, but she seems to be like, I can sense she likes to be around people. She likes to be, let them know that, you know, this is, I was one of the owners of this property, and it's my property, and I'm very proud of it, and especially this space for her is a really personalised space, and she says, I've shown myself to them. I like the visitors, I like the people being here. And she's going, I can see it's going me.
You got a name for her?
I'm not sure now because I didn't have, but then I'm saying me, and I'm wondering if that's not just me. I'm wondering if that's like initials.
Oh, what, M.E.?
M.E. Tommy's not confirming that, so I may be on a limb here. M.E. is to do with her name, but I don't think that is the whole name. There's been loss of children, I think there's been a loss of a girl, there's definitely a small boy that's been lost here. I can feel the tears and the sadness. Tommy is saying Mary. There's a Mary and or an Elizabeth. M.E. Mary Elizabeth, possibly.
Does that make sense to you?
Oh yeah.
Is that right?
Yes, that's a name, yeah.
Mary, is it two people?
No.
One, Mary Elizabeth. Me, Mary Elizabeth. Okay, that's good.
I'm curious that happened here, but that name is, you couldn't have hit it on the head better.
For some reason, she wants to be in this room, and I know what you're saying because I can feel that this isn't, for me, this isn't a room that I can connect, that she's in. But what I'm sensing in this room is loss, and she comes through on the back of that loss of being a room that she connects with. understand what I'm saying? And it's, I feel her heartbreak. I feel the sadness because she's a really, really sad, you know, and I mean really deep loss for her. And I can sense that so strongly. And I just feel like, although she's never in this room for long, this is a memory for her. And she visits in this room because it brings back those memories. And then she moves out of the space. But I know she comes in here to feel that energy of the people around her or people that she loves. Because really, she takes me this way. She takes me this way.
That's, yeah. That's what I expect. Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
So much sense. So much sense.
Because she takes me here, she goes this way, come this way, come this way. And that's where she takes me, why I move to this corner, because she...
Would you like to follow her?
Yeah, I'd love to follow her.
Because I know where she's taking you.
This is her room.
That is her room. That is her room.
Because I can feel it, and there's no doubt about it in my mind. This is her room because she says, it's my room. This is where I am. And they have seen me. People have seen her.
Yes. All the time.
She is so pleased with you. So pleased with you.
I have no idea how much that
She-
makes me so happy, because I've always felt that.
She's telling me, and I know nothing of you, we only met 5 minutes ago, she is telling me you're a beautiful actress. You act.
For over 12 years.
She sees that. She says you're a beautiful actress, you are looking after this house, and you are doing a grand job, and you are going to be the most beautiful actress, because that's what she sees you as. You're going to be a wonderful actress. She thanks you for looking after the house, and she's thanking me for telling you so that you listen. But you've seen her, you feel her around, because you and her connect, because you're looking after her house. And you're the one that she connects with.
Yeah.
That's right,
since
isn't it?
Since day one. Since I've come here, I've never felt a stronger connection with anybody in my entire life than I do with her.
Because you look after her, you look after it. It's just you treat it like she did, like it's a lovely home and a lovely building. And she wasn't the last owner, was she?
She was.
Because she's been around when the other owners have been around, because I think they've all noticed her being around. And she says, but now people are seeing it as it is. They're seeing the property as it should be seen.
I'm taking it. I can't believe you're actually saying that right now, because it's what I've always felt, but never actually had someone
Well, I'm telling you,
reaffirm it.
I am telling you exactly what I'm feeling, and that is what she's telling me. And I've only met you 10 minutes ago at the very max.
Oh my
But
goodness.
I can see she's telling me you're actually an actress. You love the stage. And she said she's going to do really, really well at it.
I hope so.
Really
I
well at it.
hope so.
If you do, remember me.
I certainly
I want
will.
the
I'm going
signature.
to write it down to you. It's all up to you. Oh, yes.
Oh, that is incredible. So you and her connect well. And this is her
Always.
room, is it?
Yes.
This is it here.
Would you like to go in?
I would love to go in. I really would
I'm
love
so
to go
excited
in.
for you to go in.
I am.
I'm speechless at how close it all was.
Here, very quickly, she says, this is from the garden. This is from the garden. It's all from my garden.
Pretty much everything you see here.
The men are in the garden. She wants me to acknowledge that the men are in the garden. This is the property of the men. And she says that in a very upright manner. The men. That's the colour. That's the colour. grey with the blue I was mentioning earlier.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're in the garden. They're in the garden.
That is incredible. Oh, amazing. Oh, I'm so pleased. I am so pleased. Can I go in here?
Please do.
Oh, wow.
Oh, this is beautiful.
I'm absolutely privileged to be here.
This is my favorite room in the entire
This is
house.
beautiful.
She loves this room. She loves the way that it's kept. She loves everything about this. Is her room. This is her sanctuary. This is how she feels. And she says to me also, and I don't mean this with any disrespect to you, she says that you speak to her in here.
Every morning.
Because she says good morning to you.
Every morning, every night.
Excellent. Well, at least you know you and her are communicating.
Gosh,
Yeah.
I love that. I've always felt that that's what was going on.
She is saying good morning back to you. I'm telling you that. So every morning now when you say it, believe me that she is saying it to you. But she is saying good morning to you in the greatest way possible because of the way that you communicate with her and you're around her. Incredible. The energy I can feel between you is something I don't feel very often. And it is absolutely, and if I've had to come from the UK to do this, brilliant, I'm over the moon. But you and her connecting, this is absolutely incredible. It really is. I can feel the spiritual connection that you have with her almost similar to what I have with my spirit guide. You understand each other and you're almost one person because you're doing what she wants you to do in the house. Incredible.
I've always felt that, so it's blowing my mind that you're actually saying this out loud, because I've tried to explain this to other people before as well, but it's always something that's really hard to put into words because I feel it.
You and her are spiritually connected. You and her are one. She adores what you're doing as much as you adore what she did for the house. And the connection that you have through that, it is like a spirit guide. She is like with you and guiding you and like telling you, you're doing this right and doing this. And no doubt, because she says to me, I'll tell her if she does it wrong.
And I'll know. I always know.
Oh, she knows when it's wrong. So you and her have a great connection and a really strong connection. And I think that's fantastic. I really, really do. Well, I've got to acknowledge this gentleman again here. For some reason, I need to see him in the corner of my eye. And I need to acknowledge this short breathless bit. And I feel, and this is me now, I feel that there's been an injustice because he's not very happy and wants me to know about him he's not able to breathe and he's on his property and I feel it just doesn't connect right with me that he would be in the garden. As a spirit, normally when the spirit passes, they won't be in the garden, he'd be in the house or he'd be connected to the building, but I feel like there's an injustice and he really does seem to want it to be said. There's been an injustice. It's not right. What happened wasn't right. It's almost like, who do they think they are? That's how I feel. Who do they think they are? It's totally wrong. It's just, they've got no right. It was everything, almost like something's been blown out of proportion. And that he was attacked or he was stabbed and he wants me to say it's an injustice, it wasn't right. He's happy that I'm saying that because he wants people to know it wasn't right.
You haven't got a name for him yet.
I'm sorry about that. So I guess, can you give me a name again? seeing 7 inches from it. If I had to guess, using what I know from imagery, probably like that. No, it's wrong. His name is it, sorry. His name, Rob. I don't think that's his name.
Does it make sense to you as to why he's outside?
It does.
And why they won't come in?
That I'm not sure about. That's
Okay.
something that I've wondered myself, if that makes sense.
Okay. So has that been said before?
I've personally had a very similar experience, and I always wondered why it happened the way it did, and you saying that kind of reassures it. I don't necessarily know why, but it makes sense.
I feel like it's effectively when I say it, I feel like something happened to him over here in the garden. And I feel like whatever it was, he comes back to the garden, but he's angry that whatever happened to him, this, I'm going to say stabbing because that's what feels right to me at the moment, but he is angry because this stabbing was unnecessary. And the reason now that he's here is for me to be able to say that. It's unnecessary. It wasn't right, and I want you to know it wasn't right. He doesn't come into the house from the feeling that I get out of respect because he is not the owner now, or was not the owner then, or he owned the house, but he is not coming in out of respect for the people that have owned it since him. That's how it feels to me. And also it feels like his spirit stays where it was. Now, whether that's because it happened out there, or whether that's because there is something out there he wants to stay with, that sort of tends to me that that's where it leans more. He wants to be out there for whatever it is that's out there. But he doesn't mean any harm. He wanders around so that people remember that I'm here because of what happened to me, and I'm staying here, and I'm going to carry on being here until people acknowledge that what happened to me. Yeah? Where should we go? This is the initial part of the house. This is the first part of the house. Wow, if what I'm seeing is right, the house was tiny. The house was really small.
Very small.
It was really small, but it had a really big meaning.
What do you mean by that?
I'll tell you exactly what I mean. In the UK, we would call it like a coach house.
Oh, okay.
Where people would come. But I feel for such a small place, it had a lot of visitors. Almost by accident, but it had a lot of visitors. Because I could hear the hustle bustle of things going on and things happening around the building. It's almost like it had a... It's like, how would you say that? You know, was there anybody else in the building?
No, I just thought that.
They just heard voices.
No one else is here. Except for the spirits.
Except the spirits. It feels to me like there were people visiting quite often, or it was a what's the word I'm looking for, Tommy? It was a point on a map. It was somewhere where people went, head to there, get to there, and then you can get to the next bit. Almost like a stopping point.
That just made a lot of sense for me. A whole lot of sense.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's little, but it's almost like it's a pinpoint on a map.
Mm-hmm.
Head there, and then from there you can go to there, and from there you can go to there, and from there it's almost like a stopping point, a stopping post, or whatever you call it, for the next part.
Yes.
A little place, but with a big meaning.
Very big meaning.
definitely hearing two men talking. If there are any spirits with us now, would you please give us a sign that you're here? Come and talk to me. I'm very happy to talk to you. I come with the greatest respect to you and to your property.
Yeah.
It was like a lady's voice.
Mm-hmm. I heard that too.
It was like a lady's voice. It said, yes, I'm here. The atmosphere changed really quickly then, and I've gone to a very nice lady that I have to tell you about, and I'm hoping this is going to make sense to you. But I have an elderly lady, so a lady I feel that was here for quite some time and lived her life for years. She lived her life here for years and years. Almost, I mean, I'm seeing her in her 70s, maybe in her 80s. She is living in the house. But I almost feel like she's on her own. She's secluded. It's almost like she's been, a horrible thing to say, but been forgotten. Like she lived here. Hidden. For a better word, just hidden.
You're on the right track.
Something. She's trying to tell me something. There was two of them. Down. There's two of them. What's down?
That's where we're next, and that's totally right.
Is it right?
Totally right. You ready to go see it?
Oh wow! This was in my mind's eye. It is recent, and I mean that it wasn't old history as we remember it. And there's two of them, almost inseparable. They also are thankful to you for the way that you've kept the property. I have to say this very strongly. I think they were the last owners, or the last official living in owners of the property.
They were.
Because I can feel them going, this is it, we know. They knew that this was going to end, and that they knew that the both of them weren't going to be here very much longer. And they wanted this to be able to be remembered. And again, as you are with Mary, you are keeping these people's memories alive. I feel that they were sisters.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that they were the last official living in owners. This room for them, this is very important room for them. No doubt about it.
No doubt.
I can feel their energy here coming close, and it's a proud thing for them to be here. They love it. Sewing, making dresses, spending time together, needlework, whatever you call it. Cross stitch, and whatever other words that I don't understand. But yeah, cross stitch and working together and working on things together and making things. And I feel that there is something of theirs that is made that is here, that is in the house. Because they're saying to me, it's in the house. We put it in the house. We know it's in the house. I do have to say, with the greatest respect, that I do believe one of the sisters passed away in here,
Yes.
in the house.
Yes.
But the other one, it feels to me like she had to leave. Now, I don't know whether she was made to leave when the other one passed away, but I feel that she had to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And my guide tells me that when she did leave, it was a very sad time for her. And although people didn't think that she really did understand in her mind that she was leaving, she really did know that she was leaving. And for her, it was a time of sadness. And she had to leave, even though you probably would have had to have taken her kicking and screaming in an ideal situation. I think she might have been losing her mind slightly. And I mean that with the greatest respect. But I do feel that she mentally knew that she didn't want to go. She wanted to be here and she wanted to pass with her sister. E is the name. E.
Mm-hmm.
Is that one of the sisters?
It is.
E. Tommy, tell me again louder. Let's talk to you. You've got needlework and craft and E. Who is the E name? Is this the lady that carried on living?
Mm-mm.
This is the one that passed,
Mhm.
that was in here.
Mm-hmm.
E, strong in here.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to go for what I'm hearing the loudest, and I hope it's right, but I'm going to go for Ellen.
Ella.
Ella. Oh! Not too
Oh,
bad,
so
not too
close.
bad. Ella.
Yeah, that was.
And her sister, the one that left that didn't want to leave here. Tommy, we're going to go for that. I get that completely wrong. That's not easy. Anne?
Annie.
Annie. Ooh. I'll take that as the English version.
Yeah. Close enough. Close enough. If it helps you when we're on tour, we often get them mixed up. So people will say Ellie, Anna, and like it just kind of goes all the way around.
Okay, but that's their names.
Annie and Ella, yes.
That's amazing, and they are part of this place.
Mm-hmm.
They
Literally. I could show you something that literally proves that.
place.
In the windows behind you here. Annie carved an A.
Oh wow, an A.
They used their mother's engagement ring.
They used their mother's engagement ring to carve the A.
And Ella has her whole name in the other window there on that one.
Oh wow. Look.
Okay, good. Can't get that.
Yeah, it's really light.
I want to move in. I love this place. It's not Rob, it's John.
It is very much so John. You're not far with Rob either, to be honest, but his name is John.
As I walked here then, I heard this. I'm John. I'm John.
Mm-hmm.
I'm John. Rob.
Bob.
Bob! Oh!
But that is so close.
You allow me that? Will you allow me that?
I'll give you that one. When you said it upstairs, I already knew. I was like, okay, yeah, we're on the path.
John is out in the garden.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure he was stabbed. I'm sure he was stabbed. There's somebody that says, or something that says, he was shot.
Yes.
He says, I was stabbed.
Wow. Okay.
I was not shot.
There's always been debate on where he was shot, like where it happened, but to hear that.
He says, I was stabbed. They attacked me.
Yes.
He said, they attacked me and they stabbed me. He said, I want this cleared up. I was not shot. And it wasn't far. It wasn't far. It's within the perimeter. of the land, because it's the injustice is I was killed within my own boundary, within my property, almost like I'm protecting my land, and for nothing. I almost feel like for nothing. It was almost male banter. It was almost him saying something to somebody to make a point, and somebody else going, okay then, made your point, but then coming back, and it just went to and fro, and there was a lot of argument and male stupidity, and somebody ganged up on him, and he stabbed. I have to tell you, what I believe as a spiritualist, he was not shot. I believe he was stabbed.
Has it been written that he was shot?
Yes. I'm
There's
sorry.
definite noises
Yeah.
coming from behind me.
That was so loud, yeah. There's no one else here either.
Who's William?
Another man that was here, that lived in the house.
In the older house?
And all of it.
William, I feel William. I feel he's following us. William, are you with us? If you are with us, we come with the greatest respect. My name is Marc. I'm purely here to validate your existence and to verify that you are with us. William, if you are with us, could you give us a sign, please, that you are here? Could you do something? Could you tap on the table for us? Or just give us a sign that you are here again, please? Can you walk on that stair again? Can you walk on the stairs for me? Thank you, William. Thank you. I come with the greatest respect to you. I really do come with the greatest respect.
Stand still.
Who's the surname H? Who's H?
With an H. Mary. Her last name.
So she's following you then. William's following you. Can you walk down the stairs for me, William, please? Could you come closer to me so I could feel you closer? There's a footstep there. Can you hear it? William, could you come a little bit closer? Dress.
Like a long rustling dress.
Rustling dress.
I don't know if you can you hear that in there?
Oh no, I hear it too.
Oh.
Mary, is it you? Mary, if that's you, could you just knock on something for me to confirm that you're here, to validate for us all that you are who we say you are? Could you knock on something for me?
I heard that. I heard that.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mary. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. It has been amazing to be in your property. I am absolutely honoured to have been here and to pass on your messages. The ones that you already know are happening. She is almost dancing with joy.
I'm so excited that this is happening.
She is almost dancing with happiness that we have come and passed on these messages to you about her, which you already knew, but she now knows you know. It's like, I think it's going to be buzzing for you from now on. It's going to be absolutely incredible because you have a spirit guide, someone that's guiding you. She wants you to do well in your career of being an actress, and it is incredible. It really is 100% incredible.
So you're just reassuring everything that I've always felt and thought and heard, but always second-guessed myself. I always considered myself a little empathetic, and I now know that is all actually true. I have to say, when you were in the Bob bedroom and you kept going towards that corner, I have felt that feeling more times than I could ever count. More times than I could. And every investigation I've ever done, I sit in that room and I look in that corner. But never knew why.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Oh, wow. That is incredible energy.
It smells really nice in here.
I have little diffusers right there.
Ah.
This has been used for so many things, but including, I have to say, this is going to sound the most zaniest thing ever, but this has been used for first aid. Because I can sense people laying down with injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And I can sense almost soldiers.
Yeah.
Because I can sense from them the anguish and the pain and the people trying to, it's almost like a first aid post for people to be patched up and things like that. The other thing though that is really prominent in here is bread. I love bread, but I can smell fresh bread. But I'm like by the lorry load, but lots of bread. And it feels like it's almost a larder of feeding these people, of giving people food and giving people bread and giving. It feels like it is a waypoint, like a stopping point for people to come in, treat their injuries, look at their feet. Yeah, I think looking down at mine, that's what he was just saying. Looking down at your feet, but also eating and just moving on. It's almost like a sanctuary. I love the energy in this room. I absolutely love the energy in this room. But one thing, it doesn't. There's something about this corner that doesn't seem right to me. It doesn't seem to be. I've walked through every part of this house with you and can almost envisage overlaying everything that I've seen almost exactly the same into the rooms. This room for me here doesn't seem right. This seems a bit wrong. I want to put something else in this corner. Almost something like money. I feel for some reason I should have money over here, or there's something of value that is here that is missing, because when I oversee the room, it's not there. And I don't mean a safe or anything like that, but something of value that sat there, or was valuable to the person that I'm feeling their energy. I don't know what it is.
So is it an object?
Yeah, it's something that should be here. I almost want to walk in and see it.
Do you know what that is?
I'm not sure. I've got a couple ideas, but I'm not totally sure.
I almost want to see it. It is either something that is like... no, see, now I'm changing my mind there. I think in that corner... Show me that again, Tommy. Walk me that again. Show me that again. This is where the water was. It wasn't there.
Okay.
This had something to do with water.
I can see that.
It must be.
Which I suppose, if you go back enough years, would it be a valuable commodity?
Very valuable.
I am sure the water of life, the water is there. Is down there. And religious, something about religion in the garden. Just heard religious. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I've moved.
I have just heard religious voices. Could be the sign of burials or things, or people in the garden. Someone saying a prayer, but there is. Okay. Soldiers that have been buried within the ground.
Oh yeah. You want an exact number?
How many do you think?
There is. Well, I can. There's at least 10.
11. 11.
I'll go with a margin of error there, but 10.
Oh my goodness.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I am gobsmacked with the whole premises, and I think it is just mind-blowing.
I'm totally blown away at all the stuff that you got so correct with how complicated the history can be, that you were still able to pick up on all the different bits and pieces of it.
And not knowing until an hour and a half ago that we were coming, that, I mean, for me it was so exciting, but that is just perfectly incredible. So we've been here for about an hour now, having a look around the building, Jane, and thank you so much for having me here. It's an incredible building. But just to pick up on some of the things that I said as we went around, we went into the first room with the gentleman out in the corner and things like that. John, sorry, out in the corner. The things I said in there about the children playing in there and things, is that all things that you know of, or what do you know about that room?
Well, when you pointed to the corner and you said there's children playing over there, the portraits hanging on the wall were of the Murray family. They had 7 kids in the house, and there was portraits of them hanging there, and all of their musical instruments were in that corner.
Wow. That's good for me.
Oh, that was perfect. That was perfect.
Very good for me. And then we moved upstairs and on the stairwell, and when we started picking up Mary and going through the wall into the other part of the building, and also up there the sadness and the loss and things like that. Is that things that you...
The loss there, Selena was John Bob's husband. When he was murdered on the property, she was supposedly in that room when that happened.
Well, and did she see it happen?
She didn't see it, but she knew it was happening. She had heard that it was about to happen, tried to warn her husband beforehand, and her warning went and like he never got it.
Wow. And the cannonballs that I could hear pounding against the wall.
She was in the house whenever during the war, which we are directly in between the two sides here. So we got Confederate shots on one side and Union on the other.
And I sensed the house being sort of like bombarded with...
Constantly, and with the railroad track in the front yard, that was the main source of supply for the Confederates. So we caught all the damage going towards that. A battle happened less than a mile away down the tracks.
Wow. Incredible. And then Mary guided us through to her room, which, you know, it's on camera, but an amazing room, and the attachment that you have to her. Were the names and things about what I picked up about her, does that all make sense to you?
So much sense. So much sense there. Especially you mentioned the other people being in the room with her there as well. The house was used as a field hospital during the Civil War. Her room is the best spot that you can see their burial site.
Wow. That's good.
Right on the head.
That's good. And then we moved through into the top part of the older part of the building. What can you tell me about that area?
That was the original structure built in 1797, and you mentioned people stopping and coming through here.
Yeah.
The house was used as a rest stop during the Trail of Tears. So we had thousands of Native Americans coming through here, stopping here for like 2 weeks at a time, waiting for the next person to come and take them to the next stop. They're supposedly buried here as well.
Wow. So they come through here, moving on the trail.
For about, I think it was about 3 years. They would stop for about 2 weeks at a time and then move on.
Wow. Incredible.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely incredible. And the property itself, people can come and visit the property?
Yes, we do history tours every day, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and then we do haunted tours at nights and weekends.
Excellent. And is there a website for the
Yes,
for the house?
McRavenTourHome.com, and we're also on Facebook.
Excellent. So, this is the end of our little tour here at McRaven House, which I knew nothing about. I can honestly say I think it's been
Very successful.
quite successful.
Very successful.
Really, really enjoyed it. So thank you for allowing us, because I know this is an exclusive. You've not done this before. Probably won't again.
You hit everything so perfectly. Thank you for reassuring me and telling me what I've always felt was actually true.
It's an absolute pleasure, and thank you for allowing us to come here, because I know you don't do it very often. We've been very privileged, and I can't wait to come back at some point. So I will definitely be back. But you'll probably be off being an actress by then.
Oh, I hope so. That would be nice.
So, thank you everybody, thanks very much indeed. Obviously this is me, Marc Richardson. I'd like to say keep up with us, keep watching, and don't forget the radio show also every Wednesday on Spreaker.com. Thank you very much.